Welcome, here we go. It is Friday. It is the end of the first week. Can you believe it, Mom, Dad, Grandma? What about it? How'd you do? Did you keep up on your schoolwork? Did you get outside and play? We know you probably didn't get a whole lot of friend time. That's a bummer. But I've got something fun for you today. I am going to just let my inner nerd show. I love math. It's great, crazy fun, and I love robots. We are actually still using the same little Speedbot. If you haven't built this and you're just joining us today, go back to Wednesday. Check Wednesday, and I lay out all the parts. I can do it if I'm just focused because it's memorized in under 3 minutes. It's pretty cool. But it is a really quick, simple build, but it's going to work really well to help do what we're going to do today. So this little guy is going to teach us geometry. Here we go. Now, in math, there's a really important idea called dun, 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 dun. There we go. There we go. I guess I want it over here. That's a good spot for my paper. We want this to talk about regular polygons. Regular. R-E-G-U-L-A-R. Now, you might say that that's kind of a, where'd my pencil go? Regular. Sort of a word. And all in the world of math, all that it really means, check it out, I got my handy dandy congratulations bookmark. We get some free stuff because we got good readers in the house. Love it. Love it. Keep reading. Read lots. Regular. Back to the question at hand. Regular simply means all of the sides and angles are the same. So if I wanted to draw a regular square or a regular parallelogram, what I'm really trying to do is make sure that all of my angles and my sides are, that's Betty, the same. In this case, 90 degrees each. Simple. Yes, 90 degrees. That's a good number. Now, if I wanted to draw a triangle, I'm not nearly as good as this one. A perfect, let's see, there we go. Yeah, that's kind of it. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, that's a good one. A perfect equilateral triangle, meaning all three angles are the same. So whether I hold it like this, look at that, or like this, the sides and the angles are the same. Now, drawing it is a little bit trickier. I'm going to start with the bottom. And I recommend you try this. You try this. Yeah, try this too. Again, use a straight edge. Okay, so here we go. We're going to draw a nice straight line. Now, I'm going to put a little dot. I think that's about, it looks about right. And we do that. And we do this. Now, I would say that is a pretty good equilateral triangle, if I do say so myself. Those interior angles, any idea what they are? Well, since we know that the square is a 90 on the inside, this one, I'll give it to you, it's actually a 60 degrees. It's actually 60 degrees on the inside. But now, check it out. I went and printed this out online. Compliments of math is fun. I mean, of course, you see that that's backwards, and I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's backward. But math is fun. This is called a protractor. Really, really handy because that actually tells us what these 90s and 60s are. So, in this case, a 90-degree angle. Let's flip that over. Now you can see it up here at the top. That's a 90. So if I were to start here and go and then go straight up, well, that's 90 degrees. This angle right there, that's 90 degrees. Now that's 60, well, you can see 0, you can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Oh, there's a 60. So 60 degrees is like that much. 60. 60. So what I actually want to do is figure out how do I make this robot go forward 90. Forward 90. Forward 90. Forward 90. And not fall off the table because, again, I'm not using this. No. And then we're going to try maybe a triangle, and we're going to go forward 60. There's a trick. Forward 60. Forward 60. Yeah. So let's switch gears, and let's look at the code, okay? Here we go. We got to open up our handy-dandy coding screen, and the first thing, just like always, we need to add a device. That's right. 2-motor drivetrain. Left motor's on 1, right motor's on 6. There is no gyroscope. So but here, we got a problem. This is using an encoder. An encoder for a sensor, so it knows how much it's turning or not turning, because I'm not adding a gyroscope. It's for a different day. So this is actually going to use encoders, which are in the wheels, or they're in the motors here, and they will tell these wheels to spin a very precise amount in the forward or backwards direction. So using some very clever math, it knows that if it spins the right wheel in one direction and the left wheel in the opposite direction, it can actually do a perfect 90-degree turn. But in order to do that, it has to know a couple of other things. Like one, it has to know how far apart are the wheels. That's a really, really important number. Now, that's a different topic on why. The other thing that it really, really needs to know is how far are the wheels from the front to the back. Well, most robots would have 4 wheels, so there would be some distance because you'd have like another wheel here. So we got to go back and take a look at what it actually is having. And you'll notice that it thinks right now the width between the wheels is 173 millimeters. I happen to know that's wrong. I measured it. I measured this Speedbot, and I went from the center of the wheel. I went from the center of this wheel to the center of that wheel. And you know what it was? 140. It makes a difference. Now, I encourage you, if you're the curious sort who doesn't like to follow the rules, try the 173 and see what happens, and you get back to me on that. You get back to me. Either way, I am going to change this to be 140. And then, of course, my wheelbase is talking about how far is it from the front wheel to the back wheel. And, well, there's no wheel. There's no wheel. So we do need to look at that, and I need to say, wait a second, that one's a 0, 0. So check it out. There we go. Yep, that's it. And I don't need anything else for my robot because I'm not putting anything else on it. Okay, did we say we're going to do the square first or the triangle first? Oh, I'm feeling so much like a square. So we're going to do a square. I always like starting out with the comments, so I'm going to drop down and I'm going to grab a little comment so I don't forget what I'm doing, and I'm going to write the word square. Now, How many sides are on a square? That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we do forward turn one time, and then we do forward turn, that'd be a second time. And now we're going to do it a third time, and we do it a fourth time, we'll actually end up back where we started. So that's right. We're going to repeat this thing 4 times. Four times. So here we go. I need in here a repeat 4 times. Just so happens that there is a perfect command for just such a thing. Check it out. Now, repeat 10 is the default. We can get rid of that, and I can just change it to 4. And then I'm, of course, going to add in a couple of other things, like we said it was going to go forward, and then it was going to turn to the right. That wasn't very difficult. 1 inch, I think I can do better. I got a little more room on my table. As I'm looking down at my tabletop here, I've got, I don't know, at least 5 inches, you think? Let's go 5. I could go 6. Let's live on the wild side and do 6. That's it. We're going to do it. We're going to go on the wild side, and we are going to go for 6 inches forward. Now, I hope it doesn't end up on the floor. And we've already discovered from our original other page that, yes, the square, in fact, does have a 90-degree turn. So here we go. We need to, the 90 is already there. But I'm going to do one more thing. This robot is going to move pretty quick. And I know that quick is scary and it's hard to count when it's going so quick. So I'm going to slow it down. 10% sounds good. 10% sounds really good, actually. I mean, I think that if I was driving at 10% and turning at a 10% speed, we'll be able to see everything. And you noticed I added a new command. This set turn velocity command. Yeah, that thing will actually, whenever this robot turns, it's going to do it nice and slow. All right, at this point, my code is done. So I need to find my handy dandy. There it is, handy dandy cord. Plug it in, turn on the robot, and bum ba da dum bum bum. Let's see if we can download this. There it goes. It's going, and it's done. Okay. Here goes. Are you ready? It's going to be exciting. I should probably... Oh, there we go. Okay, you see where it's starting, right? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go! Not very fast, but that was a really, really nice turn. What? The power of encoders. I mean, all I did was fix that 140 wheel dimension. This would be the 4th time, and hopefully it stops. Yes. Yes. Score. So it worked. It proved that if we take the same forward and we repeat this thing, regular polygon, remember? We do the exact same thing, drive forward for 6 inches and turn for the same angle, and repeat that 4 times, it should come back to where it started. But now let's try something else. Okay, got to bring up this handy dandy picture of my triangle. Yeah, my triangle. It's going to push your brain a little. Okay. Now, you're the robot. You're driving down the road, and you have to make a turn. Are you really going to turn 60 degrees? And some of you are scratching your head saying, what? I don't get it. Let me explain it another way. You're a robot. Here's your robot. You were driving down the road. Let me show you, put this on this protractor. Here we go. Here we go. And we're driving down the road and we stop and we go, oh, I have to turn. Well, according to this, I'm driving that way and 60 degrees is right here. So I go, whoop. So if my robot goes, whoop, is that enough of a turn to make a triangle? I don't think so. We actually needed to go over to this side where on this protractor, it actually happens to have a really handy dandy little piece written right here. Next to the 60 is another number, 120. Now that's actually a complementary angle because 60 plus 120 equals 180, which is a straight line. 60 and 128. It's a different question, I suppose. But I want you to just think about that. Think about that for a moment. Yeah. It's a good question. Where did my mouse go? I have no idea where my mouse went. Oh well. There it is. Okay, it's back on the screen. Whew. Okay. So when we get back to our coding screen, let's take a look at this. I can, of course, use the same program, but I need to change this back to a triangle. Triangle. And, of course, I would need to change my repeat. That's only going to be 3 times. And 6 inches, I could still drive forward for 6 inches. That's okay. And then I'm going to turn right. Now, I can put in the 60, and you're going to see that that's the wrong angle. That was the question. That's kind of what we're stuck on. So let me download this. Here we go. Downloading, downloaded, angle, camera. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. There it goes. It's racing off to the track. It's moving. It's turning. And that's definitely not turning enough. And I mean, what it's actually looking more like is half of a hexagon. Now, that's just all kinds of craziness. A hexagon would be a 6-sided regular polygon. And we're trying to do a triangle. So, and a triangle is 3, 3, 3. And they're like opposites. Interesting coincidence, I think. Let's check back into our code and see how that's going. Okay, so instead of using the 60 degrees, the 120 would actually be a lot better. I'm going to download that 120. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. There it is. Okay, are you ready for it? Oh my goodness. Here we go. Robot set up. Go. It's off to the races. Zoom across the top of the course. Turning. There it is. The full 120-degree turn. Taking off. Hopefully after it does this, this is the second path. Then it's going to come back around. There it goes. It's coming back around, doing the third path. It might run off the table. I hope not. If we did our math right, it won't. Oh, look at that. I think we're safe. And look at that, right back where it started. You're like, some of you are going, whoa, that's kind of cool. There's a math teacher watching. They're going, whoa, that's really cool. Now, if you are in a slightly higher level class, there's a formula. All good things have a formula. Ready for it? 180. I should write that bigger. 180 times n minus 2 equals the total. of the interior angles. Now, that's the total. So let's just figure out what this is actually doing. Got to get a calculator out here. Here we go. I happen to have a handy dandy calculator right here. Okay, so I'm going to, for the moment, I'm going to say, let's do that triangle. That means that n is a 3. So here we go. So what is 3 minus 2? Okay, so we got to go 180 times 1. So what is 180 times 1? And it's 180. Whoa! And if we were then to say, well, how many angles was that? Oh, that was 3 angles. 3 angles. So we actually need to go, then the total divided by n equals interior angle. Check it out. I went and abbreviated that. IA, interior angle. And n, you remember, n is still the number of sides. This is like crazy algebra. I got algebra 10th grade kids who still, I mean, so this is tough stuff. Anyway, so what is 180 divided by 3? Of course, calculators are awesome, amazing, fabulous machines. Ready for it? 180 divided by 3 equals 60. And that's exactly what we saw. And then, of course, we went over to our handy-dandy protractor, and we said, oh, well, if we do 60, then what's that other matching angle? That's the 120. And you'd have to draw the pictures out a couple times to figure out, well, why is the robot actually turning 120 degrees? And anyway, I want to do one more real quick if we've got time. I think we do. 5. Pentagon. Pentagon. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we're going to real quick, we're going to dump in a, not the 3. We're going to dump in a 5. So help me out here with this. We need a quick 180 times, what's 5? 5 minus 2? 5 minus, okay, so 180 times 3. Okay, so let's do this. Here we go. Calculator, clear, ready. 180 times 5. We're making a pentagon, 5-sided regular pentagon, just like what's in Washington, D.C. government building. And that gives us a whopping total of 900. 180 times, not 5. What am I thinking? I forgot to subtract. 5 minus 2 equals 3. So 180 times 3. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Clear. 180 times 3 equals, I can't even type anymore. Oh my goodness. 180. You probably saw that. And you didn't tell me. You know I left out the 0 times 3. Oh, there we go. 540. And then, of course, according to the second half of this equation, we got to take that total, which is 540, and divide it by n, which is 5. So that's 540 divided by 540 divided by 5 equals 108. Now, so we know that the interior angle is 108. I'm going to mark that on here. 108 is right here. That's 108. So what's the other one? 72. Did you see it? 72. 108 and 72 go together. Crazy. Crazy. So we actually need a magical number of 72. Wow. 72. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Final. And then, of course, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to do this. Can you do a 50-sided polygon? A 100-sided polygon? I don't know. This doesn't care. It'll do it. I mean, you just have to teach it. You got to figure out what the numbers are. And, of course, you can guess and check, too. That's fine. But let's do this thing. So here we go. We're going to do a pentagon. Pentagon. P-E-P-E-N-T-H. Pentagon. And we're going to do this 5 times. And we're going to go, what did we say? We said on one of my pages, there it is, 72. We needed 72 degrees. We can download this thing right here. Shabam. Okay, I'm going to clear the table. I hope it stays on the table. Holy mackerel. Okay, this is a big number. Get the cord out of the way. Bring it down so you can see the action on the table. Are you ready? Go! That's 1. Oh, there it goes. This is the second try. That was 2. So now we're going into the third one. Third one here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now I start getting nervous. I start hyperventilating a little, because that was 4th. So this should be the last one, and we're gonna guard the table. Ah! And it's perfect because you can't break math. Yep. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Go out, do something fun, try some other stuff, shoot me a video, let me know how it goes, see if you can break math. Or, of course, I don't know, email me, info@quarkmine.com. I'll find the email. FaceTime me, Facebook me, message me. Heck, you can just email me directly. It's Philip with 1 L, just 1. Philip@quarkmine.com. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.